The situation surrounding Chrisean Rock and her son Junior has taken a shocking turn. A former church member has come forward, claiming to have witnessed troubling incidents involving Chrisean and her child, allegedly including bruises. These revelations are sending shockwaves through social media, leaving fans and critics alike questioning what's really happening behind closed doors. According to The Insider, what they observed goes beyond the usual drama we see online. They describe moments that paint a picture of concern for JR's well-being, raising urgent questions about his safety. While the claims are still unverified, the fact that someone with alleged first-hand knowledge has spoken out has amplified attention and concern. Cross-platforms. The internet is buzzing, with viewers debating, sharing, and reacting to every snippet of information. Supporters are defending Chrisean, while others are calling for accountability and closer scrutiny. For many, this is no longer just celebrity news, it's about the welfare of a child caught in the public eye. In today's video, we're breaking down the claims, analyzing what they could mean, and exploring the broader conversation surrounding Chrisean and Junior. What's the truth behind these allegations? And what does this mean for everyone involved? Stay tuned. The story surrounding Chrisean Rock and her son Junior has escalated dramatically in recent days. What was once largely considered celebrity drama has now taken a far more serious turn, thanks to claims made by a former church member who says they have first-hand knowledge of troubling incidents involving the mother and child. These allegations, which include reports of bruises on Junior, have shocked fans, ignited heated online debates, and raised urgent questions about the child's safety. According to this former insider, what they observed was deeply concerning. They describe instances where Junior appeared injured and expressed worry over how certain situations were being handled. While the claims have not been independently verified, the fact that they come from someone connected to Chrisean's personal environment has added weight to the conversation. People aren't just talking about social media drama anymore, they're talking about potential real-life consequences that demand attention. Social media erupted almost immediately after the insider's statements surfaced. Clips of the interview, screenshots, and quotes from the former church member circulated across platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Fans reacted with a mix of disbelief, concern, and outrage. Many questioned the circumstances surrounding Junior, asking whether proper care and attention were being given and calling for transparency from Chrisean herself. Others defended Chrisean, emphasizing that public figures often face scrutiny that may not reflect reality, arguing that assumptions should be avoided till verified facts emerge. The situation has also exposed the complex dynamics of fame and personal life. Chrisean Rock has always been known for her raw and unfiltered approach to sharing her life online. Fans have followed her closely, celebrating her authenticity, energy, and willingness to share both her triumphs and struggles. However, living life so publicly can come with challenges, particularly when personal or family matters are involved. Every action, post, or comment is scrutinized and dissected, often without full context. In this case, that scrutiny has intensified because it involves a child. One of the most striking aspects of this story is the emotional response it has triggered. Unlike other celebrity controversies that might generate temporary outrage or interest, the alleged situation with Junior strikes a deeper chord because it involves the welfare of a young child. Many viewers are no longer just passive observers, they're emotionally invested. Comments across social media reflect concern, fear, and a desire to understand the truth. People are debating what responsibility the public has in situations like this and how far scrutiny should go when a child's well-being may be at stake. The former church member's claims have also sparked broader discussions about accountability and boundaries. Churches are often perceived as spaces of trust, community, and moral guidance. When someone associated with that environment comes forward, it carries a certain weight. It suggests that concerns were serious enough to be noticed by people close to the situation, people who aren't just casual observers online. This has fueled questions about what responsibility individuals within a community have when they witness troubling behavior, and how those responsibilities intersect with public exposure when a celebrity is involved at the same time. There is the reality of rapid information spread. In the digital age, claims like these can go viral almost instantly. Videos, screenshots, and quotes are shared, reshared, and analyzed across multiple platforms. Information can become fragmented, distorted, or exaggerated in the process. That creates a complex environment where distinguishing verified facts from speculation is challenging. It also places pressure on Chrisean and her team to respond quickly, whether to clarify, defend, or address the situation publicly. How she navigates this scrutiny could significantly shape public perception moving forward. Another factor is the contrast between supporters and critics. Many of Chrisean's loyal fans have rushed to defend her, arguing that she is being unfairly judged. They emphasize that parenting is challenging, particularly under the lens of public attention, and caution against jumping to conclusions. On the other hand, critics argue that the allegations, especially coming from an insider, warrant serious concern. They suggest that when multiple warning signs emerge, even if unverified, they should not be ignored. This division reflects a broader challenge in celebrity culture: how to balance empathy, skepticism, and the need for accountability. The timeline of this story has also played a role in shaping perception. Social media users are revisiting past posts, clips, and live streams to search for patterns or evidence that support or contradict the current claims. While this analysis can sometimes be speculative, it shows how audiences today actively construct narratives and seek to connect dots. Each new piece of information adds layers to the story, making it increasingly difficult for casual viewers to keep up. Underlying the controversy is the core concern that viewers are expressing: the safety and well-being of Junior, unlike other celebrity-related news. This is about the lived experience of a child who may be affected by circumstances that are largely outside his control. The public's engagement reflects a broader societal instinct to protect children, especially when they appear vulnerable in highly visible situations. Fans aren't just reacting to Chrisean, they're reacting to what they perceive as potential harm to her son. It's also worth noting the role of public perception and influence. Chrisean has always cultivated a strong online presence, and her audience feels personally connected to her life story. That connection makes the reactions to these allegations more intense and personal. People aren't just observing, they're emotionally invested, feeling a sense of responsibility to respond, share their opinions, and demand answers. Finally, as the story continues to unfold, there are many unknowns. Will additional insiders come forward? Will Chrisean respond directly? Could verification emerge that confirms or refutes the claims? Every new development has the potential to change the narrative, further intensify public reaction, or provide clarity. One thing is certain: the conversation is far from over, and everyone involved is under a microscope. In summary, Part 1 sets the stage for a story that has evolved from social media buzz into a complex, high-stakes situation involving alleged harm to a child. The claims of Bruises reported by a former church member have amplified concern, highlighted the pressures of parenting in the public eye, and sparked a debate about accountability, credibility, and public responsibility. As the situation continues to develop, viewers are left watching closely, weighing the facts, and trying to understand the truth behind the headlines as the story around Chrisean Rock and her son Junior continues to unfold. The intensity and scrutiny have only increased, following the former church member's shocking claims of alleged bruises and concerning treatment. Social media platforms have become battlegrounds of opinion, speculation, and debate. Every statement, post, and reaction is being dissected, creating an environment where facts, interpretations, and emotions collide in real time. One of the most immediate impacts of the former insider statements is the sheer volume of reactions they've sparked. Clips from the interview, screenshots, and transcribed statements have circulated widely across Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. Viewers are analyzing every word, discussing potential implications, and debating whether the claims are credible. The fact that someone who was reportedly close enough to witness these moments is speaking out adds gravity to the situation. Unlike rumors or casual speculation, These are first-hand observations, or at least that's how the source presents them, which naturally leads to heightened concern and urgency. Online reactions have varied widely. Supporters of Chrisean argue that the claims should be taken cautiously. They emphasize that public figures often face intense scrutiny and that social media can distort reality. Many of these fans point out that Chrisean has consistently shown herself to be loving and engaged with her child, noting moments captured in live streams or photos where she interacts warmly with Junior from their perspective. It's easy for the internet. It's easy for the internet to misinterpret behavior or for clips to be taken out of context, painting a misleading picture. On the other side, critics argue that the allegations, particularly coming from an insider, should not be dismissed. They claim that when multiple concerns arise, especially from credible sources, they warrant closer attention. For these observers, the situation goes beyond social media gossip. It's a matter of child welfare. They question whether Chrisean has the right support, supervision, and structure in place to ensure JR's safety, and they call for transparency in addressing the claims. This division highlights the broader challenges of navigating public controversies involving children. On one hand, there's a need to protect privacy and avoid jumping to conclusions without verification. On the other hand, serious allegations, particularly those involving potential harm, demand scrutiny and investigation. For the public, balancing these priorities is challenging, especially when the story is unfolding live online and emotions are running high. The former church members' involvement introduces a unique dimension to the story. Churches are often considered safe spaces where families seek guidance, community, and support. When someone connected to that environment comes forward with concerning observations, it adds a layer of credibility that purely social media-based claims might lack. Viewers naturally give more weight to accounts from individuals who may have witnessed situations personally or had access to private moments, which makes these statements particularly significant in shaping public perception. The allegations have also spurred discussions about the challenges of parenting under public scrutiny. Chrisean's life has been extremely public for years, from her music career to reality TV appearances and social media presence. Parenting in such an environment comes with intense pressure, where every decision is scrutinized and even minor missteps can be amplified into major controversies. While this context doesn't excuse alleged negligence or harm, it helps explain why fans are split. Some empathize with the challenges she faces, while others focus solely on the child's well-being. Another aspect fueling the debate is the rapid spread of information in today's digital age. Social media allows claims to go viral almost instantly, often without verification. Video clips are shared, edited, and reposted. Comments are amplified, and discussions snowball into widespread attention. While this can raise awareness, it also makes it difficult to separate fact from speculation. Viewers are forced to navigate a landscape where information is fragmented and context is sometimes missing, which can lead to misinterpretation and even conflict among audiences. The situation also reflects a broader cultural trend: the intense public interest in celebrity parenting. In the age of social media, fans often feel connected to celebrities in ways that were impossible in previous generations. That connection can make viewers feel personally invested in the lives of celebrity children. In this case, JR's alleged treatment resonates deeply with people who may feel compelled to speak out, defend him, or demand accountability. The emotional response is amplified because it touches on fundamental concerns about child safety, care, and protection. At the same time, there's a conversation happening about accountability and responsibility. If the allegations are true, questions arise about who is responsible for ensuring JR's well-being. Chrisean as a mother, her support system, and perhaps even the broader community. The public is debating what actions, if any, should be taken and whether intervention is necessary. Even among fans, there is recognition that serious concerns should be addressed carefully, without jumping to conclusions or spreading Misinformation. Chrisean herself has yet to provide a detailed response to the former church member's claims. Every post, video, or comment she makes is being analyzed, with supporters looking for reassurance and critics scrutinizing for inconsistencies. How she responds could shape the narrative, significantly providing clarity, addressing concerns, or potentially fueling further speculation if perceived as inadequate. Timing, tone, and transparency are all crucial factors in how her response is received by the public. In addition, the controversy has sparked a broader discussion about the role of insiders and whistleblowers in celebrity culture. The former church member has effectively positioned themselves as someone with access to private knowledge, which raises questions about ethics, responsibility, and credibility. How do audiences evaluate such claims? Should insiders always be trusted? And how can truth be determined in situations where verification is difficult? These questions are central to understanding how this story is being processed by the public. Finally, the emotional toll on all parties involved cannot be overlooked. Allegations of harm to a child are deeply serious, and the public's attention only intensifies the pressure on Chrisean, her family, and those close to them. Being at the center of viral discussion, facing judgment, and navigating complex personal and public dynamics is an immense burden. At the same time, the community watching and commenting online is grappling with strong emotions, uncertainty, and the desire to see the truth emerge. As the situation develops, it is clear that this story is far from over. Additional statements, videos, or evidence could surface at any time, potentially confirming, clarifying, or contradicting what has already been shared. Meanwhile, fans, critics, and observers are watching closely, weighing every detail and forming opinions in real time. The dynamic nature of the story highlights the tension between public scrutiny, personal privacy, and accountability, particularly when a child's well-being is involved. In summary, Part 2 has shown how the former church member's allegations have intensified public scrutiny, sparked polarized reactions, and highlighted the challenges of parenting under constant public observation. It has also emphasized the broader discussions about responsibility, credibility, and child welfare that have emerged from the claims. As the story continues to unfold, the conversation remains highly active, with viewers navigating a delicate balance between concern, speculation, and empathy. As this story continues to unfold, the spotlight on Chrisean Rock and her son Junior has intensified. The former church member's claims of alleged bruises have made the situation more serious than typical celebrity drama, drawing national attention and sparking debate about accountability, child welfare, and the responsibilities of public figures. This is no longer just a story of social media gossip. It's a story that touches real lives, and viewers are reacting accordingly. One of the most striking aspects of the ongoing controversy is the emotional investment from the public. Fans and critics alike are closely following updates, analyzing videos, screenshots, and posts for clues. Supporters emphasize Chrisean's love and care for her son, pointing to moments captured in live streams and social media interactions that show warmth, attention, and engagement. They caution against taking one claim at face value, noting that public figures are often misunderstood and misrepresented online. On the other hand, critics argue that the allegations, particularly coming from a purported insider, must be taken seriously. The concern is not about drama or entertainment. It's about the potential safety and well-being of a child. For them, the fact that a former church member has spoken out adds credibility and urgency to the claims. They argue that even if some details are unverified, the situation deserves attention, careful investigation, and public scrutiny to ensure Junior is safe. The public debate also underscores the challenges of parenting in the public eye. Chrisean's life has always been highly visible through music, reality TV, and social media. While that visibility allows her to connect with fans, it also exposes personal moments to interpretation, criticism, and speculation. Every action is scrutinized, and in cases involving children, the stakes are higher. Parents in the public eye often face pressures that ordinary families do not, making the balance between transparency and privacy incredibly complex. Adding to the tension is the fast-moving nature of social media. Videos, posts, and claims circulate rapidly, often without verification or context. Audiences are left to piece together narratives based on fragments of information, which can fuel misunderstandings or assumptions. This dynamic creates pressure on Chrisean to respond publicly, either to defend herself, clarify events, or provide transparency about her son's well-being. How she chooses to address or not address these allegations could significantly shape public perception going forward, despite the controversy. One thing is clear: the focus has shifted from gossip to concern. The allegations have sparked a broader conversation about responsibility, credibility, and the role of insiders in revealing potential issues. Viewers are not just engaging in debate, they're reflecting on how public attention can impact children, families, and the ethics of reporting claims without full verification. Looking ahead, there are several possible outcomes. More insiders may come forward, providing additional context or corroboration. Chrisean may issue a statement or take action that clarifies the situation. Or, as often happens in viral controversies, attention may gradually shift to other topics. Regardless of what happens next, the public is now paying close attention to both Chrisean and Jr. And every update will be analyzed and shared widely. In conclusion, this situation has evolved from celebrity N.